People love their outdoor living spaces, and this 4-part series is full of great projects and ideas I've used to create outdoor living at its best for my own home. Check it out. This is my backyard. It's evolved a lot over the last 25 years since I originally built this house. You know, at one point we extended the patio and built this little shed roof to cover it. The arbor was an afterthought to create more privacy for the hot tub. A few years later, we added a swimming pool. What's next? An outdoor kitchen, of course. So Sharon and I met with a designer to start the planning process. Just the first thought would be to use possibly this as the kitchen, and we want to put a folding door system in here. Okay. So I want to take all of this all the way up. I want to have it a lot more glass and a lot less wood,
okay.
Metal.
Okay.
And then I want to be able to take this thing and fold it all the way over and have dinner right there, and be able to pull down the screens all along here and have this completely open. And you know, at certain times of the year, we would want to open all of this up, open the door there, let the screens down, and we would live out here just about.
Right. Well, some of my biggest concern is always from the inside, you know, making that marriage between the inside and the outside. Meaning the outside is a little more rustic and rough, of course, but the inside is not. So how do we make those two things come together as a design and from a style standpoint, so that it seems like you're not coming straight outside and using all the rustic stuff?
Well,
so,
you know, when you say that, made me think of something right there, is that I've always envisioned this table running this way.
I envisioned it running this way.
But in light of that, I could just see very easily how that could actually be an extension of the dining room table to come out here, and you have the 6-person seats there. And it may even be then that seated area is under that cover over there.
Right. See, I like that a lot better.
Yeah.
See,
I like the ideas of...
I'm a designer. I just designed all this.
Yeah, I'm going to give you your degree before this is all over. We're going to give you a design degree. But yeah, I like the idea of utilizing the entire space and not looking at it as we're just going to add on this outdoor kitchen onto it. You know, we're going to incorporate what you already have and then come up with a new addition to it, but that looks like it's been here.
Good.
You know,
Well, I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to tie in.
I think it's going to, you know, turn out to be what you want it to be in the end. You know, entertainment space for your family and for you to be able to grill and do your fish.
What's this thing?
This is your man.
Oh,
this
I
is
see.
Your
I thought
manhood,
that's
right?
where you were headed with that. Wow. We also talked about updating some things that have kind of fallen into disrepair, like the fountains on the patio and the privacy fence that surrounds the entire backyard. Now, based on our conversation, Catherine has put together a plan to make it all happen. This will give us the kitchen area we wanted, as well as dining and living areas which can be enclosed by screens. Now, unfortunately, extending the roof to do this is a little more complicated and, of course, a little more expensive than just adding another column and a few feet of roof. We're going to have to remove the shed roof completely so that we can build a beam system that will support the new, larger roof. Then we have to tear out part of the existing roof so that we can tie it in to the new roof, matching the pitch that's on the rest of the house. You know, it may seem like a lot of space here, but when you start putting a sink here, a refrigerator here, of course you have to have a nice grill right in the middle, a little side burner, and then a smoker in the corner, little countertop space. You've pretty much used up the whole space you have available, but I can just imagine how cool it'll be to be here working in this space, and then with just a push of the button, a screen comes down to enclose everything. These motorized screens are made by the folks at Phantom Screens. Several years ago, I had the chance to include them in a project I was doing to update an early 20th century home with modern materials and amenities. Now, the idea was to retain the charm of an older home while making it as efficient and as comfortable as a brand new home. Now, these screens were the perfect solution for a deck that was the central point between the kitchen, family room, and the master bedroom. The screens didn't change the aesthetics of the house because the motors that operated them are completely concealed inside pockets in the ceiling. Now, when they're up, you never even know they were there. And when they're down, the deck becomes another room for most of the year. That's exactly the plan here as well. So building the pockets for the screens is one of the first things we have to do once the roof is completed. Now, after that, we install the V-groove ceiling material we talked about with Catherine. As it goes up, it's obvious to me that this will really warm up the space exactly the way I wanted. Next, the temporary wood supports for the new roof are being replaced with brick columns that'll match the ones already in use on the patio. Now, while Truett, my brick mason, is here, I've asked him to rework a section of my retaining wall that kind of blocked our view of the waterfall by the pool. By changing the curve of the last few feet of the wall, we now have a better view, and the flower bed in front of the wall will be a little larger to display some of the new landscaping we'll be putting in a little bit later in the project. The cinder blocks will do the real work of holding back the dirt on the hillside. Once they're in place, Truett will cover them with a layer of brick that matches the ones we used on the rest of the wall. Yeah, it just comes just like that with a, just at least the face of that block.
Right.
And then that way that gives you room to come and curl this thing right back just like that right there. Because the wall was built long before the pool or the waterfall, it just worked out that way, but I never really liked it. But since we're going all out to correct all the other problems that our improvements over the years have caused, we're fixing it right now. There's a lot of chaos here right now, but I love every minute of it because I can start seeing a lot of the things that will end up looking pretty darn good. The enlarged flower bed is something that I've always wanted. They're doing a great job on the bricks there. The column is almost complete here. The rest of the columns will be done. And then we can do a lot of cleanup here to make this place look a little bit more like I had envisioned. While my patio project has come a long way, there's still a lot to be done. Be sure to check out our next webisode to see how it all starts coming together.